But just think what it takes to cause a crisis in an elderly, and then think of children who need formula. Who need formula, who need milk, who need clean drinking water. And then I want you to think of Katrina, which is what I think of. I think of the thousands of people trapped at that Superdome, and we watched them day in and day out, and the federal government didn't do enough. Let's not let them leave behind 3.5 million people and not do enough. We're not doing everything we can. And notwithstanding what the president said today, the governor of Puerto Rico understands that this is a humanitarian crisis. We are in contact with elected officials throughout the island. They are pleading with us to send water purification. They said we cannot keep our first responders on the street because we don't have fuels to put in the vehicles and to keep our operations alive.
All right, so this is, I want to be clear and concrete here. Telecommunications infrastructure that you think that the U.S. has the capacity to deploy their water purification boats. I mean, potable water is, I've been in contact with people around the island. I keep hearing about potable water, diesel generators to keep even freezers or refrigerators going because people are running out of food as well. So diesel, water. Here's another thing that I want to get your opinion on. There's something called the Jones Act, which is a piece of legislation that essentially requires boats that go between U.S. ports to be U.S. flagged. That was waived in the wake of Harvey. It was waived in the wake of Irma so that oil ships could come in. The waiving expires September 22nd. There are many people who think it's vital that be waived now. Today, DH said they're not doing it. Do you agree with that decision?
Two things. We should waive the cost sharing, right? Because when we send FEMA in there, there's a cost to the state. Puerto Rico's bankrupt. Forget about cost sharing. Save lives. Number two, the Jones Act. It means that you add an inordinate new cost to anything you receive on the island of Puerto Rico. Let's get the ships that are closest to the materials that are needed and that are cost effective and get them. Let's lift it. And you know something, Chris? It can't be for a couple of weeks. This is a reconstruction of the island of Puerto Rico, the ports, the infrastructure. And I want to just add one thing. For those of us who understand the island of Puerto Rico, the lights routinely go out. The water routinely doesn't come out of the faucet. Just think of the damage to the infrastructure. If it didn't work before the hurricane, what is it going to take to reestablish it today? Let's build the infrastructure so that those wonderful people on that island can live. I'm thankful, Chris. My mom's in Chicago, and my dad's resting in peace. But God, anybody else that has moms and dads out there and children and brothers and sisters, it's just agonizing not getting any information and knowing how much they're suffering.
All right, Congressman Gutierrez, thanks for making time.
Thank you.
Special